Hello class. In this video we're going to look at creating the very first assignment and getting it uploaded to HyperGrade and creating the program submission document for it. I'm going to go to my modules and look at our week 1. I think I'll collapse this setup thing that's so long. Now I see that we're going to have exercise 1.1, 3 messages. And if I click on this one, I see that it says to find instructions for this exercise in Ravel, go to the table of contents and find the programming exercises for chapter 1, and I should see exercise 1.1. Then I have a HyperGrade link here. I can use that in the assignment, or I can just log into HyperGrade and click on the assignment to submit it. And then I need to complete my program submission template. So first, I already have Ravel open. I'm going to click back on it, and I'm going to bring up my table of contents and look at chapter 1. And I want this programming exercises from the book. And right here is exercise 1.1. This is one of our very first ones. And in this program, we're going to be using standard output, which means the screen, and we're going to be writing 3 messages to standard output. Welcome to Java, welcome to computer science, and programming is fun. Each of these lines of output is going to be showing up on their own line. So we should be able to use code that we saw in the chapter to do that. If I scroll down, sorry about that, I'll see other exercises for the chapter. You want to try some of these exercises every week so that you can get more practice than just the assignment. You know, it's all up to you, as much practice as you can get. So I'm ready to create this program. It's going to output some lines of text to the console, which is the standard output screen if I'm not using any sort of graphical user interface. So I'm going to open NetBeans. When I use NetBeans to create a project, NetBeans will create a folder for this project. When it creates these folders, there will be several things in the different folders. We're going to be concerned about the .java file, which is where we'll be entering our code. I do this so that you'll feel better about your computer. This is an old one. I haven't run NetBeans in a while. Usually not this bad. While that's going, I have the code here for this activity. And first of all, we're going to start every Java program with a class statement, and it's just going to say the words public class and then the name normally of our exercise. You can use whatever name you like here. This is our textbook standard using the exercise number. Then we're going to have this line of code, the main method, and this is always going to be the same. So for right now, you can copy and paste it. It's going to end with an opening curly brace, the same as our public class statement ends with an opening curly brace. Then we're going to have under our main method all the different lines of code that we want to execute, and we want to output a print line that says welcome to Java, and then we want to output a print line that says welcome to computer science and programming is fun. We're using the system class because we want this output to go to the system, to the console, and that's the default. If we say system, which is our class, dot out, saying what kind of pipe we want to use, and we want to use the method print a line. When we do that, this line is going to end up on its own line and not be smushed up together with these other lines. We could actually take the ln off and make it just the word print, and then we would see all three of those words squished together on one line because we wouldn't be separating out our different print lines. Now at the end, we have some closing curly braces. The first closing curly brace closes our main. The second closing curly brace closes our class. So that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to go ahead and copy this code. And my NetBeans has finally come up. So I'm going to create a new project. And I want this to be a Java project, so I'll click Next. Now I'm going to give my project a name here. And this is where, in our textbook, they said exercise 01_01. I'm going to leave this checked here to create the main class and let you see what that does. When I click Finish, NetBeans is going to create this project for me, and it's going to be putting it in my Documents folder, in my NetBeans Projects folder, and then the project folder for this project is going to be called exercise 01_01, so I'll be able to find it. Now here's my internal structure, and as you see, I have a little bit more information than what I copied from Notepad because NetBeans added some information for us already. So I have some choices here. I could just copy this code and just replace everything in NetBeans, and that would work. I might run into some sort of trouble if I didn't name everything exactly right. Ooh, my head's thundering. Or I could just say, oh, let's see, right here is my main, and in my main, I need these 3 lines of code. So I'll just copy them. And you can just type them. I'm going to go ahead and paste them over this line that is a comment. I can tell it's a comment because it starts with 2 slashes, and it's kind of grayed out in NetBeans. Now I'm going to fix my code so that it is all properly indented to the same level. Just a good habit to get into here at the beginning. Now I have my little program, but I note some other things about NetBeans. These stars and slashes are also comments, and these are automatically generated comments by NetBeans. And this is saying this comment goes with my main, so I can leave it as is. We have an author comment. Be kind of careful with that one because it can imply that somebody else authored your program. And then up at the top, we have some program level comments above our package statement. Now, at this point, we shouldn't need to worry about our package statement. In some cases, it can start giving us a little issues, which you can just delete it. But in general, NetBeans should take care of it for now, and you shouldn't have to worry about it. Now, I want to change this main comment. So I'm going to delete what's here, and every line that I put in here should start with an asterisk. This is a block comment, and I'm going to put some meaningful comments here. You can format this more like the book. This is exercise 1.1. I'm going to put the date. And tab that over so it's lined up. Again, we want to format our comment blocks in a nice clean way for our instructor. And comments are something that can be standardized by different programming shops. In our programming shop, Renee Riley's here that's letting you submit things in Java, would like the standard comments to be formatted like this. You are the developer, not me. And you could put from Ravel or from some other source if you used some source. My purpose for this one is display 3 output messages. So there's a nice comment. And I'm going to go ahead and run this program. And I should see my output down at the bottom. So here is where my program started running, and then here's the output that it gave me, and this is saying that it compiled successfully, everything was good, it was ready to run. So I'm ready to turn this in. The first thing I want to do is turn it in to HyperGrade. So I'm going to make sure everything's saved, and if we look, we see NetBeans is pretty much auto-saving for us, so we should be okay. I see that the file that I'm going to want to submit to HyperGrade is named exercise01_01.java. I'm going to want to submit this whole file here. So I'm going to go to HyperGrade. And right now I'm logged on as a test student, so it should look a little bit like yours. Notice at the top I have 7 late days remaining. You can use your late days however you like. If you use a late day in HyperGrade, it will add 24 hours to your due date so that you can go ahead and submit something that maybe you missed the scheduled submission time on. Now this will show up late in Canvas, but I won't penalize you for that. As long as you have late day passes in HyperGrade, you're okay to submit. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on this assignment, or I could click submit. Let's click on the assignment first, and I see that it gives me an overview of the assignment, and I can view the required output. Well, that looks a lot like ours, except that in HyperGrade we see these weird \n's, and what those \n's are control codes. In these control codes, the \n is meaningful, and its meaning is go to a new line. So since we did a print line in our program, every line of output is on a new line. And to indicate that to the printer, it's just a standard convention to use these control codes. So you didn't do anything to make those happen, but they should be showing up in yours. So I'll go ahead and click the Turn In link. Now I can drag files here to upload them, or I can click and upload. Now with NetBeans, I'm going to try to drag this. It would be awesome if it would let us. But you see what it does. It just drags this little editor out of NetBeans. Which is not what I wanted. So now I've got to do something else to get it submitted. So I'm just going to click. And remember, we said that in our documents folder, in our NetBeans projects folder, we should be able to find the folder that we just created for our project. And inside this project folder, we're going to see 3 other folders: Build, NB Project, and Source. our Java file is going to be in this source folder. We have some other files and things that are going on that we need to keep together for our project. But as far as submitting to NetBeans, we can just go, or I mean, sorry, into HyperGrade, we can just go into our source folder, and there will be a folder at our package level, and then we can find our Java file. So I'm going to drag that one. I could have clicked open too, either way is fine. Now that I've got it uploaded to HyperGrade, I can test that code. That seems very angry at me, doesn't it? It's like, I can't find your code at all. Well, let me go back to NetBeans. And remember I mentioned this package statement? That's what HyperGrade is upset about. So I'm going to go ahead and at this point I think I'll just comment it out so that you can remember that happened. And we'll see if we can upload this again. I'm going to delete the current version first. Upload. Oh, now it's all happy. Now in this case, we see that sure enough, those \n control codes got added to our output lines by the system. Everything matches just perfectly. So that's great. Now, what if it didn't? I'm going to delete this again. Go back to NetBeans, and I'm just going to make a typo. So let's just say I accidentally put a lowercase c. Is HyperGrade going to be that picky? You bet. We got to have things exact as programmers. We don't get to have little typos like that when we're looking at required output. Whoops, but it didn't make a change, did it? So let me see. I'll save all. I told you it was auto-saving, but for a minor change like that, it didn't think that it needed to. I can't break it. Come on, you silly thing. I'm going to go ahead and run this. Sorry, I've got my IDE all messed up. See how you can move things around a little bit. Now, it's upset with me because I said that there was no package. And we can see how things are getting all messed up, right? Because we didn't do things without a package. So I'm going to close out of this project and start a new one so that I can show you how to do it from the beginning. I just wanted to show you why. So let's see, new project. And what I can do here is when it's talking about creating a main class, if I delete this information before the period, that would be the package name, and then NetBeans won't create the package statement for us. Let's see. We went to the default package, and we don't have our package messing with us anymore. So that did take care of things. Now another thing that I can try is I can use some shortcuts in NetBeans, and when I want to write to system output, I'm supposed to be able to type the word SOUT and press tab. Oh, and it puts it all in there for me. So that's a handy trick. Now I want welcome to Java. I'll type this one. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy the other two. When we're working with advanced programs, our package information becomes much more important. But with our beginning programs and with using HyperGrade, we need to always just use the default package. Okay, I had these great comments. I'm going to run it. Okay, now I'm getting the correct output, and I don't have a package, so I should have NetBeans being happy with me and HyperGrade being happy with me. My save all is grayed out, so it's saved. Now remember, I'm going to be copying this short named project's source file to HyperGrade now. So let me put an error in it. I know it's hard to do things wrong, even if you're trying. Okay, we have an error. I'm going to delete this one. Upload. Source. And there's my Java file with no package folder, so that looks more like what HyperGrade will want. Now when I test this one, it turns pink because it failed. And if I look at the required output compared to my output, I see the position of the problem has a pink highlight. So if I compare them, I see, oh, this C is uppercase, this C is lowercase. Now sometimes it can be hard to see what those errors are, so you have to look very, very closely. I'm going to go ahead then fix my error, save. Okay, if you use Eclipse, you can drag and drop your .java file to HyperGrade a little easier. Now I've got the green, everything's good. My HyperGrade has been accepted. I'm going to go home. I see that that assignment is complete. Now, I'm not quite done. I'm going to go back to Canvas, and in Canvas, I'm going to download the program submission template. It's a Word document. And many different companies will have different ways of documenting your program code. We, in Java 2, use some facilities in the cloud-based environment that a lot of companies use. For this class, we're going to start getting used to documenting our programs by using this Word document. I'm going to enable editing, update my name here, my slow computer. Now, because you're turning in to me, please make sure you give me enough information under the assignment name to be able to understand what's going on here. It'll be attached to an assignment in Canvas, and all those things will help. So analysis says, describe the problem, including input and output, in your own words. Output 3 messages to new lines and standard output. Now you can change the font on these if you want, and you're welcome to update this and however you want to change it. I just would like some sort of documentation that I can make comments on in Canvas to return information to you. Major steps for problem solving. This one was kind of hard. Refer to text for samples. Test plan. Use NetBeans and HyperGrade. In reality, this test plan is talking about what kind of input test data you would use to test your program. This program didn't have any input. Now, a screenshot is required here, and for your screenshot, I'm going to check NetBeans. Yep, I have my output right here, just like I want. So in Word, I can use the Insert menu, and I can insert a screenshot of a screen clip, and I'm just going to get this little piece of output there, and it pops it right into your screenshot section. And then your code. Lots of different ways you can do it. You could copy and paste like this. At this point, you could still do a screenshot, but we won't be able to do that once our code gets to be a little bit longer. Now that looks fine. You can see that it's going to separate a little bit, but as you get larger output and more information in these different boxes, everything will spread out. Now, this document is going to give me an opportunity, as I said, to write comments directly on your code. For this one, I'm probably not going to have a lot of comments, right? Because there's not a lot of code. And I'm going to go ahead and save this. And I'm going to save this one as exercise 0101. And then I can upload that to Canvas. So I would submit and upload. As I'm not a student, it's hard for me to do that. Even with the test student environment, it won't let me. So let me know if you run into any problems or questions. I know we went a little long, but I want you to be able to feel comfortable working with HyperGrade. It can definitely give you some tense moments. So like I said, let me know what's going on. Remember, once you have something loaded to HyperGrade, I can see it. So if you have problems or questions with your code, I'll be able to see it in HyperGrade and get back with you on what might be going on. Remember though, a lot of your benefit from taking the class is going to be in problem solving. So do see if you can't figure those things out on your own. And good luck.